Yeah, thanks, Erica. Yeah, good evening, everybody. Listen, very tricky opponent tonight. Came here with a bit of vengeance in mind and, with one idea, with one game plan, and that was to frustrate us. For the most part, everyone played into their hands and allowed them that. So it's very unfortunate, very disappointing that, one team tries to entertain, one team tries to get after the game, especially here at Subaru Park. And, just allows the game to peter out. So very disappointing, but I love the clean sheet, love the effort from the boys, love the never say die attitude. And, unfortunately, we can't get the win, but proud of the guys. Proud of the guys that came in and made a change and pushed the game again. So, overall, we just have to accept that for what it is.
Thanks. Bradley, your judgment of Bruno Damiami's first start.
Perfect. Yeah, I mean, he put himself about. He did exactly what we needed. Had good combinations, good relationships with Ty and Danny and Quinny. So, I think we whether we start Mika, whether we start Bruno, whether they play together, I think we've seen good returns on what Bruno can bring to the table. He's very tough to play against, very difficult to mark, and he poses a threat with and without the ball against the opponent. So, it's not easy to play against him.
Decide that this was the moment to give him the start, even as it came at Michael's expense, obviously?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I've been speaking about it for 5-6 weeks now that everyone has deserved minutes. Everyone's vying for positions, and there's competition. And I think we're having a stretch, not too far in the distant future that, we're going to need to run some rotation. So, we need to get these guys the minutes, and we need to get them progressing in the right ways. And everyone's put their hand up and wanted to take part in this. And, it's good to see that everyone can, one, apply the tactics, two, commit to being a good teammate. And I think everyone showed that, and I'm glad for Bruno.
Seems like he wants to use some different areas of the field in terms of checking back and connecting passes. I wonder what you think that opens up for you guys, and how well did the rest of the guys in that midfield, Daniel, like you mentioned, especially kind of react around him today?
No, exactly. You need the anchor, right? So it's a little bit of an anchor. We're not really just, we try and get two ways to get at the opponent. One is a little bit more vertical, direct and behind, and the other is to progress through the lines. So, we try and, pick the toolbox and get the right tool for what's needed in the right moment. And I think Bruno has shown a propensity to find and get in those areas for the short amount of time that he's been with us. I think he's found a good relationship with the attackers. And also, I think Frankie and Nate do a good job of supplying into those areas where, we can try and be threatening and to try and penetrate through the lines. And I think we saw a lot of that, getting into the assist zones and progressing the ball. And I liked a lot of the the images I saw today.
With Michael, when he comes off the bench, how do you kind of tinker with his approach in terms of what you want him to give? And would you maybe want to see a little bit more running out of him than maybe you did in that stint today?
No, sometimes it's just an ignition of new energy. Sometimes because we ask the strikers of the front four to do a lot in the game. So, I think it's only normal and natural for guys to run out of steam a little bit. And I'm glad if we have the type of player personnel that we have on the bench to bring them on. And, I think a good stretch is to get these guys the minutes they deserve. And, I think... I think Mika came in and did a good job. I think Bruno put himself about in the first half, and I'm really happy with the proceedings tonight and the way the game went. Unfortunately, we just couldn't score the goal.
Coach, Frankie Westfield and Nathan Carnell, it looked like they switched sides tonight from last week.
Yeah.
Was that just matchup based?
Yeah, listen, I think Pasalic is a certain danger, and we've seen his threat. So, and I think to see the progression of the game, to see Angulo get subbed off at halftime, to see Pasalic get subbed off, in the second half, it's testament to Nathan and Frankie's hard work and effort. So we thought through the week that these matchups would be the best of it for Nate to go up against Pasalic, and I think we saw that for many phases was the right decision. So I'm glad the way they put themselves about, and I'm happy for the back line. We asked a lot of them in the last couple of days in terms of just connecting and shifting and the way we get on the ball side, and so really happy with Jan and Jacob's aggression and desire to keep the back line connected. So I was very happy with the back four today, and Dre comes up with one or two big saves as well. So.
Bradley, I know you had mentioned in your opening statement that Orlando came in here wanting to make you guys frustrated.
Yeah.
Looking back at the first game and this game, it seemed like Orlando City forced you guys to shoot a lot of balls outside the 18-yard box compared to the first game.
Yeah.
What specifically did they do in the game that made it difficult for you guys to get through shots that you normally have inside the 18-yard box?
Yeah, when every goal kick takes 3 minutes to get going, and when every foul, has a discussion, and when every ball is not placed at the right moment, so we try and keep the momentum, the aggression, the intensity, and again, our job here is not just to play a soccer game. I think all the fans pay a decent, fair price for the tickets, and the tickets are for entertainment, and we build a game model to entertain the fans, to be successful, to play with urgency and energy. It's just tough doing it alone.
Coach, can you just talk about early in the second half, you guys came out with a lot of aggressive scoring opportunities. Can you just talk about those scoring opportunities you guys had to start the second half?
Yeah, again, we were a little bit sloppy in our transition phase towards the end of the first half, and I've been on the guys to play forward more, to be brave, to play forward and break the lines in transition, and those still got away from us. We weren't able to connect, so we just shifted one or two mechanisms to play a little bit more on the side, to connect one or two passes, and then to get movement off the ball into the assist zones, and I think we saw a lot of that, and that was great to see that the guys were dialed in and were able to implement that while we changed at halftime. So really happy. Again, we did so many things right tonight, and the clean sheet is the reward, but we would have liked 3.
Thanks. Daniel Gazdag is not often subbed off in the 70th minute. Is that another example of your rotation principles, or did you see something else going on?
No, all good. I mean, Danny's been a great servant to this team, and he can last a whole game. And every time I'm on the sideline and I look down to the guys warming up, I'm like, we could do it with him, we could do it with him, and we could do it with him. So, at some point, Danny's going to get tired. He's not going to press maybe, or Quinny's not going to press maybe as he would have done in the first 5-6 minutes. So, is that the half a yard we need? Is that the urgency and the energy? Is that the momentum and the next wave? And we believe in everybody. And, I think tonight was a good indication of that.
All right, thank you, Bradley.
Thank you very much.